All right. It says find slope and rate of change. I don't know about rate of change, but we'll find slope today. So if you heard the expression, you're going to go hit the slopes. What does that mean? Never heard that expression? Skiing. All right. So if you're going to hit the slopes, you're going to go skiing. We have had linear equations. If we go back to a couple of the examples that we had, the real rough examples. Come on, there we go. All right. Like here. Could you consider yourself to be a skier with those big long skis at the top of that slope? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the slope. Like, how steep is it? All right. If you're a skier, are you going to go really, really, really fast down this particular slope? Or is it maybe a more drawn out slope where it's not as fast? Or maybe it's like this, where you're going to need to like use your poles to get you going, right? So that's what we're going to measure, yeah? No, we don't. In fact, it's even better, Mark. There's a formula to use. And you like formulas, right? Okay. And it's what they call when we think of slope, we think of rise over run. And I remember that from when I was in algebra class way back in the day. But what this really means is the change in y over the change in x. Okay? Now the great thing too is that you're really only going to need to use 2 points. Okay? You're only going to have to grab 2 points from your whatever line you're using. Okay? The other thing they do is they give us this other formula. It all means the same thing. Your second y minus your first y, your second x minus your first x. It's another formula you want to get out of. I'll show you. Okay? I'll show you. So if you look at the bottom of page 235, so number 1, and it says 5, comma 2, and 4, negative 1. Okay? Those are my 2 coordinates. Now sometimes they'll back you up a step and they'll have you grab the specific coordinates from the line. But most oftentimes they'll just give you the coordinates and they'll save that step. Okay? I don't know how much it's really going to matter. All right. If we were to plug in, doesn't really matter. Let's use this first. Let's use that y. Just knowing that I'm using this one first. 2 minus, what's this one? Okay, 1. And the difference in x, 5 minus 4. A 2 minus a negative 1, Marlia. 3. 5 minus 4, 1. Your slope is 3. Okay. Well, it's a legit question. Let's see. What does 3 mean? Good. You're thinking. Thinking is good. Okay. So what do you suggest we do? We know what the slope is. We know what the 2 points are. Let's graph it. Let's find out. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. And 4, negative 1. Would you like to ski down that slope?
Oh.
Okay. So now that's something to keep in mind, right? That's a pretty, 3 represents a pretty steep slope, does it not? Raven? 3, pretty steep slope? Okay, very good. And basically, when it says 3, it means we're going to go up 3 and over 1. Up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. See that? Up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. You're going to get a pretty steep slope. If it were the opposite, if it were 1 over 3, which is a possibility, you would go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3. Are you going to get that steep of a slope? No. All right. Let's look at something else too. We just took these in order. Okay? I used that first y and I subtracted the second y. I used the first x, subtracted the second one. Does it matter which one we do first? Does it matter? If I were to take flip-flop the order, would it matter? Let's go my y, subtracting from my second y, which is 2, and then my 4 minus my 5. 1 minus 2, 4 minus 5. Negative 3 over negative 1 really means 3. Negative divided by negative. It's still the same. Still the same. Okay? All right. Now, do this one. Negative 2, 3. And 4, 6. Watch this slope. Okay, so we're going to go y. Change in y. So I'm going to take that 3, and I'm going to subtract the 6. Change in x. Negative 2, subtract the 4. Yes, no? 3 minus 6. Negative 2 minus 4. Negative, negative, give you a positive. You didn't go during a break? Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Beehive. She's standing out there? It's a hairstyle, a beehive. You know that? It's an actual name for a hairstyle.
What if you just comb for your hair and just like
All right, here, give me another one. Another one? Negative 2, negative 1. And 4, 5. Yep, we'll do that one next. So negative 1 minus 5 and negative 2. All right, so negative 6 over negative 6 is a positive what? Right, exactly. It is easy. You had it. You had it. So did you. 5 minus negative 3 is what, Raven? Right? Okay. 9 halves minus 1 half is 8 halves, which is what? 8 halves, which is what? 4. 8 divided by 4, it's an improper fraction, is 2. I don't either. What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't want the fire just to happen. No, you got it.